Hello, Ungoogleable. Welcome to your life. Today is beautiful. Please log in.
There is very little doubt in my mind that what the next monumental achievement of humanity will be the first landing by an earthly, a human being, on the planet Mars. And I expect that within 2 decades of the 5th anniversary of the first landing on the moon, that within 2 decades America will lead an international presence on planet Mars. Some people may be rooting for Elon. I think he could, with his SpaceX, contribute considerably, enormously, to an international activity not only at the moon, but also on Mars. I have considered whether a landing on Mars could be done by the private sector. It conflicts with my very strong conviction, that the first human beings to land on Mars should not come back to Earth. They should be the beginning of a build-up of a colony/settlement. I call it a permanence. A settlement you can visit once or twice, come back, and then decide you want to settle. Same with the colony. But you want it to be permanent.
Wiśnia! 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 Wiśnia!
XRP is not just a currency of last resort. As well as being a bridging currency or a currency of last resort, XRP also has other notable benefits. Firstly, XRP as a currency settles immediately, so when it's sent on the Ripple network, the ownership of the actual asset changes so it's final and trustless. This is in contrast to IOUs, which, although transferred instantly, still need to be redeemed from a gateway. This gives rise to counterparty credit risk, as it needs you to trust that the gateway will fulfill its obligations. Secondly, transfers of XRPs over Ripple incur fewer and smaller transaction fees, as there are fewer intermediaries needed. Who owes who? Who is keeping track of all the IOUs? In the Hawala system, each agent keeps their own ledger, and they are reconciled periodically within their network of trust. In Ripple, a public ledger of accounts, balances, and IOUs are kept updated by everyone simultaneously in the Ripple network, which is a distributed collection of servers around the world. The servers agree on changes by consensus. Effectively, do we all agree this transaction can take place? There is no central authority who says yes or no to transactions, and anyone can be a server by running free software on their computer. That's just the beginning. There is more here, and as you dig, you'll learn about market makers, who provide prices at which they are prepared to trade between goods, for example, cash for gold, gold for silver, silver for XRP, XRP for GBP, and so on. You'll start to understand why every transaction costs a small number of XRP, a 1/1000th of a cent, to stop transaction spam, and that the network is pre-lubricated with 100 billion XRPs. You'll discover the elegance of confirmation via consensus. You'll learn that transactions based on cryptography on a distributed network with public ledgers is faster, cheaper, lower risk, and much, much better in almost every way possible than centralized pre-internet correspondent banking messaging networks such as SWIFT, that some financial institutions currently operate on. You'll learn much more.
Today was a wonderful day. Please come back tomorrow.
Red, blue, green.
Mic check 1 2.
Congratulations. You reject the good enough. You reject words like symbolism and postmodernism. Obsolescence is not part of your vocabulary. Every night, every day, every step of the way. The diktat of fashion. The agenda of the color wheel. Gone. It takes more than a pretty face to catch your attention. I repeat. It takes more than a pretty face to catch your attention. Good. That is very good. We are source decoded. For you. For the most perfect moisturizer. The most advanced cosmetic lineup. Scientifically proven, scientifically tested. For you.
Congratulations. Calibration completed.